It goes from Althaïr being a 7 out of 10, the original. This is a 10 out of 10 because this is, yeah, fantastic for its price. And it just kind of does make Althaïr redundant. I asked you guys on Instagram which Middle Eastern fragrances do you want me to review next. I will go acquire them, try them out. These are some very hyped fragrances you guys don't stop talking about. I think I've got several comments for just one of these as an example. So go ahead guys, take a listen to this video and I can tell you, if you care about my opinion, whether or not these fragrances are deserving of the hype. Let's begin. Before we begin this video guys, I do want to tell you about our long-term channel sponsor, DXB Perfume, where you can get several of these brands from them. They do fantastic value Middle Eastern fragrance brands that give you that quality, that blend, beastly performance, really good value for money. And I like DXB Perfume a lot, even before we were sponsored with them, because of the fact that they give you the option to sample Middle Eastern fragrance bottles before you do a full purchase if you would like to do that. DXB have a wide variety of Middle Eastern fragrance brands. I've met the owners, Hamza and Hassan, really nice guys, a really hard-working, honest, solid team that are fantastic to work with so far. We will leave a link in the description down below for you guys to go ahead and check them out. You can use our code SCHOOL15 at checkout for 15% off. Go ahead guys, try out some of these hype Middle Eastern fragrances, whether you are based in the UK or EU, at DXB Perfume. All right, we got this first bad boy here. This is French Avenue Liquid Brun. It's Liquid Brun has got a lot of hype these days because of the fact that a lot of people say this smells super close to PDM Althaïr. Althaïr is a nice scent profile. I just think that is an overpriced fragrance. Actually, I do think it is perfect for that fragrance to be cloned because I do feel like it is just way too overpriced. Overpriced fragrances kind of do make more sense to clone because that fragrance, to me, it's a £200 fragrance. It smells like a £100 fragrance, whilst Liquid Brun is a £30 fragrance. It's around an eighth of the price. And this smells like a £100 fragrance also. So that pretty much says all my opinion on this fragrance as it is right there. It has that DNA of Althaïr, that airy orange blossom, praline gourmand, airy vanilla with a bit of cinnamon in there. Airy is the word to describe Althaïr, this DNA. Airy, but beautiful, gourmand, spicy vanilla. I can see why it got a lot of hype, but to me it always smelled designer-esque in the way it's blended. It always reminded me of Mercedes-Benz Club Black or Hugo Boss Bottled Intense, which is discontinued. It just smelled like the niche version of that. I always thought it was overpriced. It always had good performance, good projection, and will get you a lot of compliments. It's not that difficult to understand. However, Liquid Brun gets at least 95% the same. In the opening, you can say there's maybe some slight differences. There's a bit more nuance on the Ambroxan. But then like 10 minutes afterwards, I think unless you have the most sophisticated nose in the world, you can't tell the difference. This fragrance was actually sent to me by French Avenue, so we will talk more about this fragrance in another video, as well as its brothers/cousins in the same series, so look out for that. But yeah, Liquid Brun is legit. So because of the fact that I think this is a £30 fragrance that smells like a £100 fragrance, you can wear this 3 out of 4 seasons, excluding summertime. It lasts around 10 hours with a medium to loud projection. This is beautiful. This is really a handsome DNA, but it makes much more sense to get it at this price range. It goes from Althaïr being a 7 out of 10, the original. This is a 10 out of 10 because this is, yeah, fantastic for its price. And it just kind of does make Althaïr redundant. 37.9% of people who watch School of Scent are subscribed to us. If you guys really want to see our channel grow, go ahead and click subscribe. Let's get that number to 40%. Thank you. Arabian Oud Kalemat. Now, this is another fragrance I bought for another upcoming video that you can look out for. You might be able to tell due to the fact that on its note breakdown, it has a particularly interesting note of blueberry. We are actually in the process of developing a blueberry fragrance that you guys requested in our community tab, so you guys can keep up on that journey if you guys want to. Project Blueberry, we're calling it. I'm wearing it right now. This is not really a blueberry fragrance. This is actually more like a smoky Middle Eastern amber honey fragrance. I think this has a lot of reminiscence to Montale's Honey Oud. I used to have a bottle of that. That fragrance, I gave it an 8 out of 10. It wasn't bad, it was just a bit simplistic. This has a bit more nuance going on here. Loud, ambery, honey, that slight blueberry note, slight fruitiness in there. That's kind of a minor character, if I'm honest with you. It smells Middle Eastern. It has that slight smoky touch that you'd recognize in other Middle Eastern-esque fragrances like Ombre Nomade or Resala by Arabian Oud as well. Again, as I always say with Arabian Oud, you don't need to get too many of their fragrances. So now that I own this, I think this is a nice fragrance. It's a loud head turner. This seems to last easily over 8 hours. It's got a loud projection, more of a autumn and wintertime fragrance. Honestly, just those two seasons, especially for the nighttime. It's a good head turner, unisex, slightly masculine. I don't think you need to own Resala as well as this. This is what I mean by Arabian Oud. Their fresh stuff overlap a lot of the times, and so does their sweet stuff. So you kind of just need like one sweet fragrance from them and one fresh fragrance, or maybe just a handful. Like, you don't need to get a lot of their stuff just because it overlaps too much. That's an issue with the brand, but this is a solid fragrance. I'm gonna give Kalemat by Arabian Oud an 8.5 out of 10. And next up we have this bad boy, Ahmed Maghribi Kaaf. And I believe this is the first Ahmed Maghribi fragrance on the channel. This has been getting quite a lot of hype. This and Bin Sheikh as well, I believe, is the one that everyone always talks about. I feel like after trying this fragrance, I may actually have to try more of the brand stuff, because this is actually quite impressive. This is a very nice freshie. So some people have said that this is in the realm of fragrances like Percival, Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce. You can see the notes on the screen from Parfum. I don't actually agree with those notes. To me, this is in that style for sure, that Percival style. And in a way, again, I wasn't expecting this, but actually this makes Percival redundant. I think this is fantastic for the price. And I think this is actually a 56% Extrait de Parfums. Extrait de Parfum on this box, and I saw that it's 44% volume alcohol concentration on the bottom of the box, so it's 56% concentration as a Parfum. That's insane. This is a very highly concentrated fragrance. I'm going to presume that's the factor right there, because it does smell intense and strong. It smells a lot more higher quality than its price tag. It smells soapy, citrusy, clean, musky, lavender, some very nice ambroxan as well. It does have that Percival style. It smells like it has green apple in there. It doesn't smell like a red fruit note like it was in that note breakdown. Clean, fresh, masculine, bright. Spring and summertime, this is definitely perfect. And it's very smooth, just due to the fact probably because the ingredients smell higher quality than the price tag. It also is just a highly concentrated fragrance. The extrait here makes it very smooth. It seems to last maybe 10 to 12 hours with a medium to loud projection. Pretty beastly fragrance for such a good price. I think I got this for 30, 35 pounds, 40 bucks, something like that. The bottle is high quality, the atomizer is high quality. It's kind of a crazy release, actually. I think UAE are kind of killing it right now. I'm not affiliated with this brand at all. Actually, I only think you can get two of the brands here in today's video from DXB. I've never had an Ahmed Maghribi fragrance on the channel before. I'm not affiliated with them, guys, and I'm very impressed by this. This is a very good freshie. I think this does make Percival redundant. I personally, owning this, do not feel like I'd ever need to buy Percival, Montblanc Legend, Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce. I'm not saying it's a clone, but it's in that style of family. It is its own thing, it seems, overall. I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10, a really impressive freshie. And lastly, Lattafa Teriaq Intense, which is a sample here for myself because it's a new release. It's a little bit tricky to get in the UK, but you can get it pretty much now, quite widely available. This is an interesting fragrance made by Quentin Biche, who I've been loving his work recently. I love Ganymede, one of my favorite niche fragrances right now. I've just grown on to, it's grown on to me so quickly. It's actually kind of embarrassing, guys. I gave it such a humble rating before of 8 out of 10. Now it's like an easy 10 out of 10 for me. But yeah, Quentin Biche is doing some great stuff. Teriaq Intense. This had a lot of hype in the recent launch events that I saw on Instagram for this. Big stuff from the brand of Lattafa. This is a plum liqueur, cinnamon, tobacco, amber fragrance. To me, it has a similar family. It's not a clone, but a similar style of fragrances like Herod, like Side Effect, like L'Homme Idéal Extreme by Guerlain. And then as it dries down, it becomes more similar to fragrances like Mercedes-Benz Club Black / Grand Soir by MFK. This is a sexy, candied, boozy, plum, tobacco, cinnamon fragrance with some sexy vanilla amber in there on the dry down. A very good release, very good, solid. It's just solid. I feel like for a date night for both genders, it just smells niche quality for the price tag. And it seems like this is an original creation as well, so it's even more impressive. Quentin did his stuff here. It smells like Quentin did a niche fragrance release for Lattafa, basically. It seems to last a really long time as well, around 10 hours with soft and medium projection. A beautiful day-night fragrance you can wear in the autumn, in the winter and the springtime. It's not the most complex blend for sure, so I wouldn't give this a perfect 10 out of 10, but to me, I think this is a 9 out of 10. This is really solid stuff and worthy of the hype, so thank you for recommending it. That concludes this video, guys. Do you think I should do more of these videos where I get fragrances you ask me to try out? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Have you guys tried any of these 4 fragrances that I've discussed today? As far as I know, during the timing of the recording of this video, DXB Perfume stocked both Lattafa fragrances and Arabian Oud fragrances. So you can get both of those brands on DXP Perfume. Make sure you do check out that video description link down below, as well as the pinned comments. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure you check out our recent video on the highest rated Middle Eastern fragrances up here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.